Hi, I'm doing day 242 and 243. I'm still within the main character, and I'm looking at the back chat thought of they are so lazy. So specific to this thought, I have this thought about others in the back of my mind, and then from this thought I go into irritation towards the person that I am judging as lazy, and within this judgment of calling them lazy, I go into this point of justification of my actions, where I will go and bring it to their attention, depending on my mood, depending on how much I've accumulated the anger within me and the thoughts of backchat. Allowed that to accumulate through the memories actually too that pop up. Again, it's a stream of memories. Not so much, not so many, but there'll be like 3 or 4 memories of I'll be holding on to in the back of my mind to scan through before I go into action. When I have this thought of, oh, they're lazy, if I see them doing something and that I judge lazy, and then within this point I will go into the action of being mean to this person, so to speak. Mean as in questioning them or yelling at them or being abrasive towards them, like being kind of passive aggressive towards them, to get whatever's going on moving quicker, because the way I see it, they're being lazy about it and they should be moving quicker because they're not putting hardly any effort in it that I see they should be. So it's about me and my opinion of them, and then using my back chats as these thoughts of they're lazy to justify my actions of going and being aggressive towards them, or passively aggressive, and using anger to get what I want out of them, pretty much. So within this point, the corrections I saw was within this point of going into anger towards someone because they're being lazy. I'm looking at why I do this. Why do I, go into a point of anger towards someone and judge them as lazy when I don't know the circumstances of what they're doing, why they're doing it, what's going on within their life, within their mind. There's so many potential reasons that they're not moving in that moment to my satisfaction, and going into this mean character and being aggressive towards them is causing conflict in my world, and conflict in this way of this mentality towards each other, not just in myself, but I see this is how the mind creates within this world. You go into your thoughts, you judge someone, you see them in a point where it's not satisfactory towards you and your own self-interest, so you go and become conflictual towards that person. So basically this is a pattern in the world, as humanities, as a mind, basically, and this is like an individual pattern within myself that is being played out. So you can look at this pattern within yourself, how you create conflict in your world, and walk the change to support others rather than cause conflict. Because basically the point is that I see that the reason why I'm going to this point of judgment towards that person is because I don't want to take responsibility for myself and bring it back to myself and see where in my life I'm being lazy and not putting in the potential and the outcome that I can do that is best. So it's, it's much easier to go and yell at someone else and yell at other people about what they're not doing right, but when it comes to me, looking at myself, turning it around within myself and seeing where I'm not being, doing the best that I can do, it's much more difficult, because then I actually have to face myself and I have to change. And, within realizing this point and within the change that's required, you realize that to go and yell at someone and create this conflictual situation with this person is only causing a separation between us in a more not the best outcome that can be created. There's more tension between us, and there's more animosity was built. And so, within that, a whole bigger issue is being created, like a storm, and it is like a cycle that, continues within my world of creating the storm, and then eventually the two storms meet and we just battle it out. And then it goes back to being calm, and then it gets created again, and then the storms hit again, and there's a huge battle. And within this, it's not an enjoyable way to live, and it's not a productive way to live, and it's not like even a way to live. It's just fighting and creating conflict. And when the solution is just to look at myself, see where I'm not putting my full efforts in, where I'm reacting. Another point I saw was that I was reacting because I had to do more. Supposedly I was doing more than other people. And so within this point was like another reason for me to go and be mean to people and be, passively aggressive and yell at them because I was doing more than them. And again, this is a point of, blaming and excuses on my part, and just using these things to go and get my anger out because of how I accumulated it within my mind towards them. So it's all within self-interest. It's all a point of not wanting to face my own laziness. And so the correction here is to walk the point of, when I see I'm going into these thought patterns and want to go and fight with someone, I stop, breathe, realize, look within myself and see what it is that I'm not giving my best to, what I'm trying to avoid, and then within those points of seeing what I'm not trying, what I'm trying to avoid and being lazy within, push to walk through those resistance and become, stable and balanced within my life and my work, and make sure I'm being the best I can be, the best potential I can be, and help others to, be the best they can be as well. So that's the change that's needed within this world, is to change ourselves and our conflictual, environments that we create for ourselves, and change that to be harmonious and support others. It's, for me, definitely to stop the conflict and the anger through the tools of, self-forgiveness, self-correction, and writing, and living it in my world. So some more perspectives on the main character that I'm walking through now. Thanks for listening.